Hi everyone, I'm Manoshi. I am the founder and creative director of Ara Inc., which is a fashion design and business consultancy. It was about 5 or 6 years after my college graduation, I decided to go back to school. And I went to New York to Parsons to study fashion design. And it was one of the best times of my life, I think, because I was just so happy doing what I finally wanted to do. So I studied fashion design. I worked in New York for a bit with Marc Jacobs, and then like many people, I also faced a visa issue. So I moved back to India. I went to a lot of villages. I went to a lot of different cities. I met a lot of creators. I met a lot of artisans, um, and I just kind of understood the whole fashion scene in India at the root, and that's when I realized what I really wanted to do, and that is when I started Ara Inc. We cover everything from design to concept creation to tech packs and even sampling. Um, and incidentally, about few months into starting Ara, one of my clients called me up and they said that, can you please make this print design for us? And I had never done any of that before. I mean, of course, I had studied it, so I knew what it was. But I didn't know anything about print design, but I didn't want to shy away from a challenge. So I said, okay, let's take up this project and let's do the print design. And that's how we started our textile design department in my company. And now, as much fashion design that we do, that's double the amount of textile design is done by us now. Not that there's so much lovely talent available in India. However, there's no real channeling of these resources that's taking place. And that's what I started off to do. India being such a big economy, there was a lot of, I just couldn't understand why people hadn't done this earlier. There are a few design houses, but when I started, there weren't so many. And so we decided to be like a one-stop solution for brand owners to come, and we help them design collections completely. When we started with a lot of big retail. A lot of big retailers were offloading their design work to us. However, through time, what has started happening is there are a lot of startups and there are a lot of new business owners who have started coming to us for help. And so we've kind of become like an incubation for a lot of brand owners to start their line, and start their collections, launch their collections. So I feel very proud when I say, I've been a launch, sort of a launch member of many brands. The key goal or the key vision of the company is always to make sure that the client gets what they want, and the client gets exactly the design that is relevant and meaningful to their target audience. So this is what we want to do. Ara Inc. We are a one-stop design solution for businesses. So in very easy terms, I would say a brand owner comes to us or a retailer comes to us and they give us a brief. Say, I want to create my next casual wear line, and we take that brief and we reinterpret it in a way that it's relevant to the target audience. We do a lot of trend forecasting, which is relevant to the specific market and the specific brand, which is something that doesn't happen very frequently. You have a lot of trend reports that are coming in which are very generic. So we try to keep it as bespoke and as I would say as pointed as possible for the clients. So we have clients who sometimes just want textile design, sometimes they want the entire collection design. So that's the other part of design that we do. And now we take it a little bit forward and we help them with the execution. So, in textile design, it's how do you actually manufacture this design. So, we help them with the digital printing, or we help them create that textile through our other resources. Also, a little bit of what we do is also business strategy. So a lot of, since we are so engrossed in the entire supply chain, a lot of businesses come to us and they ask us for help, in their production or their sourcing or, just textiles. The key problem that we are solving right now is as I mentioned earlier, there is no relevant forecast, or there is no one proper place where people can get exactly an answer to what they should make. And that's what we are trying to solve over here, because fashion is such a industry where there is so much inventory, there is so much capital investment, that you need to be as sure as possible when you're putting in a particular collection. And overall, it's a very collaborative process. So we kind of become an extension of our client team because we're working as one team, kind of towards the same vision. So this is everything that we do. So there are many moments that I've had in my entrepreneurial journey where I definitely feel like, oh my God, what am I doing over here? It's not easy. However, it's one of the most fulfilling things that I've ever done. And I think being an entrepreneur is just being able to do things that other people just can't do. It's being able to take decisions very quickly. It's being able to be responsible for something that you created from scratch. And that's, I think, the most fulfilling thing about being an entrepreneur for me is that whatever I bring to the table is what I'm going to see the result. And I think that that's a great, when you actually see something that you put in effort in and come to life, that feeling is amazing. So that's what entrepreneurship has been to me. When you have your own business, you'll be doing everything. And you'll be doing everything that you know as well as everything that you don't know. And if you don't know something, you'll have to learn very quickly. One of my worst fears is getting a bad review from a client. Not just bad review, but like a rejection of design. That's I fear those moments when a client rejects design. It's just you put in so much effort into something and then like a person takes just less than 1 second to say no, I don't like it. So I think that's one of the things that scares me a lot. The other thing is of course, as an entrepreneur, or as a business owner, you want your business to leave a legacy and you want your business to last 2 years. And I guess one of my biggest fears is that not happening. For whatever reason, it could be COVID-19, it could be anything else. You just never know what comes your way, because of which you might have to shut down. And I don't think I ever want to do that. So that is definitely my worst fear. There are two things. I don't know if it's a hack or a trick, but this is what helped me a lot. And one of those things is being able to multitask. When you have your own business, there is a huge pressure on you to do a lot of things at the same time. For us, we have, at any given point, 5 or 6 projects running at a time. And I need to pay attention to all of them. Now, one could be related to fashion design, the other could be textile design, third could be something sourcing related. But if I wasn't able to do all of this together, I would just lose out on that revenue for myself. So that's what's helped me a lot, being able to focus on multiple things at one time. So that's one thing that I would highly recommend if you're thinking about entrepreneurship. The second thing is, I would say that one of the learnings that I had in my journey, which is important, is not acting on things fast enough. So, keeping on doubting yourself, like that doesn't help at all. And this, I'll tell you why I say this is because this is one example, which is I started my social media handle, Instagram handle, I think about a year and a half after the company had formed. And I realized that, I lost 1.5 years just because I wasn't sure whether the design was good enough or whether I had something interesting to say or not. So of course you need to be strategized in what you do, but don't wait too long on doing things, because someone else will do it, they'll do it better, and then you lose out on everything. So we had a client who had asked us to make some t-shirt graphics, and I think I had too much on my plate at that time, and we ended up sending the graphics, but there were copyright infringement issues on that. And I think that was the learning moment in my career where I realized that, when it comes to something like design, you have to be super sure and super meticulous in your work, and because it can really affect your reputation. Luckily, the client on the other side gave us a second chance to, change our designs and come up with something new completely. But because of one oversight from my side, we could have tarnished our company's reputation, and we pride ourselves on being able to do original artwork. So that was one of the mistakes that I made, was, the mistake of oversight and just letting things go, trusting someone else too much. I think one thing that's important is that to remember that there's never going to be a good enough time to do it. So if you want to do something, do it now without wasting any more time, because you don't want to look back on your life, 5 years later and just be like, oh, I could have done this, and you just didn't do it. I mean, I know that many people are reluctant to do things because they have financial pressures and stress because of that. Therefore, they are held back. But if you actually really want to, if there's a dream that you really want to bring into reality, is this really a cost that you're willing to pay? You really need to think about that. The other thing is, if you're reluctant because you feel like your idea is not good enough, like, why don't you talk, talk to people, talk to experts in the field, network, bounce off the idea with some people, and then you might feel a little bit more confident in starting. And another way also to start is, maybe you don't have to just give up whatever you're doing and then only focus on your business. You can always have a job and side by side work on your business, get it to some point of fruition, and then, you can go full-fledged into the business. So there are always ways of working out if you really want to do something. But I just feel like if you have an idea, and if it's a great idea, if you believe in the idea, don't waste time, because time is too precious. And in entrepreneurship, it's all about a game of time. The more years you spend doing it, the better you become at it. So, give yourself that opportunity and just go for it. You want to look professional when you approach clients. You want to look very polished when you approach clients. So that's why, branding and professional design is just so important, just like getting there. And I'm guilty of it. Like, I didn't pay attention to it, in the beginning, because you're always thinking about so many other things that you have to do over this. But honestly, the minute we changed our branding and design, the minute we revamped it, just polished it a little bit, we started getting inquiries. People start seeing you as a serious contender in the game when they realize that you have it together. So it's really important, and it's something that you should think about from the beginning if you don't already. It's one of, I would say that the way you visually portray your brand means everything today.